part of it. Gayas, you can switch on the slide. So yeah, giving you a context of what we are going to be doing today, we need to understand the reasons for holding this training program. We need to understand what this training program is and how is it going to be conducted. There were multiple reasons why as to why we thought of holding out this training program. There were multiple queries that were coming from tutors regarding maybe how they upskill themselves in order to meet demands of the international students. How could they be generating more income? How could they have a better social media and LinkedIn profile? How could they reach out to students from maybe certain specific countries that they are specialized in teaching courses for, be it IELTS, be it mathematics, be it science courses, be it accounting, finance, so on and so forth. There were multiple queries that were coming from tutors as well, and also we found that there are multiple players operating globally, and Pakistan right now, unfortunately, does does not hold a very you could say a commanding position in the global edtech arena. We can clearly know there are multiple Indian platforms that we all know of, and everybody around the world also knows of them. जब हम वालीम के बारे में किसी को बताते थे तो अक्सर वो हमें इस तरह से कंपेयर कर रहे होते थे, अच्छा ये प्लेटफॉर्म इंडिया के इस प्लेटफॉर्म की तरह है या ये प्लेटफॉर्म यूके के इस प्लेटफॉर्म की तरह है. So they were aware of those brand names, they were aware of those platforms, but not really about Valim or any other platform from Pakistan. So as we all know, we are living in a global village. The market is not just Pakistan. The market for providing our services or for generating revenues is not just your city, is not just your country. You are part of a global context, and in order to succeed in global context, you need to be skilled enough to be a good player, to have that kind of command on your skill, in order to outshine in that context. So yeah, so there are multiple reasons as to why we wanted to hold training sessions. Generate income, generate further income for tutors, upskill them, look at the international competition, and then make sure that Valim is also having a good standing in terms of the global competitors as well, and so on and so forth. So yeah, yes, next slide. So why? We have already talked about it in detail in my introduction. So you know what, Valim? It's an edtech platform. We are connecting students and tutors globally, and it's a very well renowned platform amongst Pakistanis globally as well. जब हमने दुबई में या सऊदीया में वालीम को इंट्रोड्यूस किया, and we got to meet a lot of parents as well from Saudi and from Middle East region. We could clearly see that they were a lot satisfied in terms of the service and the quality of services that were offered to for their students. What was missing was it is not marketed enough to a level जहाँ पे जहाँ पे global players stand कर रहे होते हैं. But in terms of services, in terms of the quality of tutors that we have on board, you might know of even 10,000 plus tutors have already applied at Valim, and amongst those 10,000 tutors, uh, just 3 or 4% of the top best tutors have been selected for teaching and for joining the platform. And amongst those 3-4% as well, ये जो आज का ट्रेनिंग सेशन अरेंज हो रहा है या इससे पहले जो हमने ट्रेनिंग सेशन अरेंज किया था, वी सिलेक्टेड द बेस्ट ऑफ दोज एज वेल. So this was not a random call for participation in the training. It was a very selective call जिसमें हमने आप सबका इंटरेस्ट भी जाना, and we also got to know of your aspirations in terms of the income that you want to generate through this platform. And then we wanted to figure out what are the areas that we can together work on, and then make sure कि आप उस certain level of income को reach करें in a period of 6 months or so, as soon as we can hit that goal. So yeah, Valim 14 plus countries में present है अभी. Yes, can we move on to the next slide? We have students from 14 plus countries. There are 500 plus tutors on board and 500 tutors. are from 10,000 plus application pool. We have 91% student retention ratio, which means that students जिन्होंने वालीम maybe 3 years 4 years पहले ज्वाइन किया था, अब उनके siblings भी ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं, उनके cousins भी ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं. They once they are part of this teaching network, they tend to stay with us for long run as well. So yeah, we have already talked about the recognitions. We have represented Valim in multiple global stages. So yes, can we move on to the next slide? Now, growing beyond where we stand right now. Vyas will be taking up from here, and then will be explaining you the details of the training session. Vyas?
Yeah, I hope I'm audible and visual. So,
Yeah, perfect.
uh, pretty much sums up what Ali described right now, the problems which we are facing. And we means the academic community right now. This is what Ali has briefly already touched upon. We have, as a Pakistani teacher, as a Pakistani tech startup, we have limited branding. We're not positioned in the global market. We lack the skill set, and there is a huge untapped market potential which we need to address. So take it in a manner that the reason why we are having this conversation, the management from Bali and all the teachers, we are having different sessions, and we're trying to talk to all the teachers, especially the key teachers who are playing a pivotal role at Bali. Now we want to move forward. We want to grow from whatever we have achieved so far. And in order to do so, this will be a journey which we as Wali cannot do it alone. We want involvement from your end as teachers, and there is a lot of things which we can do together. So the objectives of the session are gonna be primarily three. Number one is to enhance the skill set. Right now, the teachers coming in from the global market, they have a very rich skill set in terms of both soft skills and technical skills. And we need to find a way to improve that. The next thing is business growth. You are the key partners for us at Vali. You are the teachers. So we want your income, your earning to grow. And we need to come up with strategies to do that. And for that, we need your input, your feedback, so that we can account that. We can bring in the context which we have, traveling abroad, talking to investors, talking to different tech co-founders across the world, bring in, pool in that information, and help the image of Pakistan improve and grow the education realm from Pakistan for all the teachers. And lastly, but not the least, is the professional development. So we need to improve ourselves continuously. Bali has grown in the last 4 years, and we're very happy about it. We're very proud, in fact. We present our startup to different players, to different investors, to different government and non-government organizations, and they appreciate the fact what Valium has achieved so far. Beyond this, we have strategized and we know exactly where we want to go from here in the next 5 years. And for that, we need your support and we need to work together closely. Right now, let's do this quick icebreaker. I see good participation, around 20 people here. So I would just want all of you, it will be a check if all of you are awake and if all of you are there, not just like the students in a group class where everyone is there and no one is listening to what we say. This is a session which is very important to us and we have invested a lot of energy and time. I guess you all can unmute yourself. Maybe just go about and say your names. My name is Ayasuddin. The subject you teach, I teach business economics and accounts, and I have been teaching it since quite recently. And maybe a fun fact about you, if possible. Otherwise, you can just skip that part, but just try to keep it brief. So yeah, maybe you can just use this feature of raise your hand and then go in a disciplined fashion. So whoever is still there, still with us, can, yeah, great. So Fazan sir, yeah, go ahead.
Assalamualaikum, Sir Gayas. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, great.
Yeah, my name is Fazan Farooq, and I am with Vadim. I think now more than 3 years teaching accounting, business, and economic subjects.
Mashallah.
And mostly I have students from KSA, Riyadh, and Jeddah. And
Great.
thank you so
Lovely
much
to.
for giving us, or especially giving me the chance to be part of your team. And Alhamdulillah, we have now 3 years together. Alhamdulillah.
Mashallah. And looking forward to a lot many years to come. Uh,
Inshallah.
inshallah. Sir Abdul Samad, uh, we cannot hear you, sir.
Hello.
Sir Sohail Parvez.
Am I, am I audible now?
Yeah, you're audible now.
Okay, this is me, Abdul Samad. I teach English, IELTS, and PT for around 2 years. Fun fact about me is not as such. So thank you.
Most welcome. Most welcome. Yeah, Sir Sohail
Assalamualaikum. My
Parvez.
name is Mohammed Sohail Parvez, and I've been an house trainer with Valeem for a couple of years, and I've been doing it for over 23 years overall. I've been doing it almost around all the parts of the world virtually, and Valeem has given me a boost, definitely. I've got a lot of students from the Middle East, particularly. And the fun fact about me is that I'm not a teacher by need, I'm a teacher by choice. I love to teach, and that is why I want to grow as a teacher.
Lovely to
Thank
hear.
you.
Mashallah. Yeah, Jia Kawat.
Assalamu alaikum. My
Walaikum
name is
salam.
Jamal, and I'm teaching with the Alim since 2 years, and I'm teaching Quran Tajweed and Hifz and Translation.
Mashallah. Great. Uh,
Thank you.
Faraz Zubairi, if you can go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Walaikum salam.
Alhamdulillah, I'm teaching Islamiyat O level since 3 years with Waleem, Alhamdulillah. And it's been really nice to be with Waleem. The way the teachers are getting support from the staff and all of them, all of the people, they are very supportive towards us, Alhamdulillah. And all the time they provide each and every detail that we need, and they respond on time as well. So thank you so much for giving us a massive respect in this session. And Alhamdulillah, I'm teaching seventh consecutive series in the examination series with Waleem of Islamiyat O
Mashallah.
levels. Alhamdulillah. Thank you so
Mashallah.
much.
Thank you so much. Mr. Rupa Siddiqui.
Assalamu alaikum. I think I've been the most senior teacher up until now, the ones who have introduced themselves. I've been teaching with Valeem for 5 years now. I teach O levels and A levels English, math, IELTS, SAT. And yes, it has been a good journey with Valeem. But I think recently they need some, I'll be honest, recently they need some improvements, but overall it has been an amazing journey, and I've literally grown from like a very junior teacher to a much senior teacher now.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So you're as old as Waleem is. Lovely talking to you.
Yes, I've joined you since the very since your inception.
Great, great. Miss Sunus Munawar. Sunus Munawar, Miss Aruj Mumtaz.
Okay, I'll go ahead. Hello, Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is Uruj. I have joined Valeem's in 2020 during COVID, and that is when I joined it. And I teach O and A levels economics and math. I do not have like teaching profession as such, but of course I've taught for so many years, so I do have, you can say, in one way or the other. But I do a corporate job as well. But I teach because I love teaching, right? So that's one of the reasons that Valeem is very close to my heart, and I'm not going to leave it. I don't know if I'm going to leave it or not, but I'm studying as well. I'm doing a full-time job as well, and I'm teaching as Valeem as well. Although I take few students, but whatever I have, I'm happy with that. And I'm very happy with the team because they're very supportive.
Lovely to hear that. Thank you so much. Miss Sundus, if you can go ahead, please. Miss Huma, if you are hearing us.
Ji, Assalamu alaikum. My name is
Welcome.
Huma, and I've been associated with Valeem since 2022, and it's been a very good experience with the students and with the Valeem team as well.
Thank you so much.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
So I am Sundar Sundavar. I am online Quran tutor from since last 1.5 year. My experience was very good, and thanks Valeem for giving me this platform. Thank you.
Thank you. In fact, thank you. Thank you to all the teachers who are with us, who are passionate, who bring in a lot of energy. So it's lovely to connect, and we'll try to have these sort of sessions more often so that we can connect, we can get into more detail. So one of the reasons to get in touch again with you is that we as teachers realize the fact that education is the passport to future, and with future is we every one of us know in this call and beyond that AI is going to come in, technology is going to come in, and what we do today, what created Valeem, is part of technology, because before this we never had this technology, and something like what Valeem exists today never could have existed. Moving forward, fast after 10 years, I see things changing dramatically. And for that, we need to prepare ourselves, not only to sustain, but also to add value for these students. Because if we don't equip ourselves with the relevant skill set, it will be quite unjust to these students. Because if we're not equipped with the relevant skill set, our students will not be getting the relevant value by studying from us. So we need to take that into factor. So we've discussed and we've already set the context. Right now we need to discuss के अब इस रास्ते को तय कैसे करना है. We need to strategize how what should be the next step. So for that, the first thing I would want you all of you to do is you all of you are coming in from a very diverse, very educated, and very passionate feeling. Let me share this form link. So this form is gonna do two things. One, this form will allow us to get your attendance, and that is important so that we know who attended the session. We need your input in terms of what you expect from these training sessions. I'll give you a little context, so maybe you can take a while and fill this form. Let me just quickly drop the form link in chat here also. Otherwise, you can always go ahead and scan this from the screen itself. I've dropped in the, and I'll come back to the slide again. Let me just give you a quick context what we have in mind. So what we plan is we have identified a couple of skills. You can be a better judge and tell us more what exact specific your requirements are, and we can come up with the mentors who have the relevant skill set and deliver those sessions to you. So what we believe will do the trick is a breakup of 6 sessions broken down on 6 months. So one session every month. We know all of you are very busy. A lot of you have corporate jobs. A lot of you teach professionally. So all of you are very occupied. So all we need is 60 to 90 minutes only in a month. So we don't want it to be very draining. We don't want you to come online every day. And over this period, since we have divided into 6 months, it will also leverage us to learn what needs to be addressed. So we will know all of you better, we'll understand the requirements, and we'll come up with the relevant skill set and the relevant information. Yes, one thing is for sure that every class, after every class, once in a month class, will have a couple of activities and assignments. So what these activities are, and yes, obviously these activities are free for all those who are already teaching at Valeem. So it is an invite only sort of thing. It's not charged, but it has this exclusivity to it. So it's not open for public. It's not available online. It's not available on YouTube. It's something which is customized for Valeem teachers who have been adding value. And we have selected a couple of teachers to further improve that value. So the first thing which we believe should be done is that one, online profile and presence optimization. As an edtech player, we believe this is the key. because the student needs to understand you better. And it is not ideal, yeah, it is not the most efficient way कि हर दफा हर student को एक demo दें, एक दफा one on one बैठें, and then he understands you better. It's ideal कि we have some content, we have some social media profiling, we have better equipped website which can advocate your strengths. So it's easier, it becomes more attractive, and obviously we want you to integrate the same profile optimization for you individually. We'll talk more about it, but you get the gist of the first module. The second is enhancing teacher and planning skills, teaching and planning skills. So what this means is maybe we can come up with a more creative way to define how we are gonna divide the curriculum, how we're gonna plan, how we're gonna deliver the session in terms of a different PPT deck, maybe audio visual support, maybe integrating tech, maybe reducing tech in some parts. So things of that sort will be covered in this module. Third thing, the most important thing is leveraging tech and AI. AI has been tremendous. I believe a lot of you have already been using ChatGPT. So ChatGPT in itself is a very powerful tool. And other than ChatGPT, there are a lot of other AI tools specifically for teaching. So maybe we can have a quick run and see that how you can leverage it and reduce your monotonous task. Maybe you can go about and say, okay, ChatGPT is being used to create sessions or to create content. Maybe what you can do is you leverage ChatGPT and understand, okay, create a quiz, create solutions for that quiz. Maybe pile up all the quiz uh, and give it to ChatGPT, and it will help you analyze कि कौन सा student किस subject में weak है, and maybe come up with a customized plan through that. So a lot many things are possible right now. All we need is to learn that, to go through that, and that will eventually leverage you and reduce your workload so that you have more time to teach more tuitions or to be better in terms of understanding the student requirement. So tech and AI is going to leverage you as teachers in multiple ways. This is what we believe. And I'm sure that a lot of you have already have some prior experiences with that. So maybe in the form, let me share the link again. Maybe in the form, you can mention what specifically you visualize us doing here in these sessions. The fourth one is enhancing student and parent experience. So now this is the key for us. Once a student is with us, the student is locked. But we not only want to serve that student, what we want is that student to be an advocate of what we offer. He should go about and tell about us in his class कि मैंने फलां सर से पढ़ा and he's done a great job. मुझे इस सब्जेक्ट में या इस टॉपिक में मेरा वीक एरिया था, he's identified that and he's doing a marvelous job. So what we do, we bring in referrals from that. So every student has to be an advocate of we bring to the table. And the last one is for regarding the sixth session, we are still working out how this session is going to be. Maybe it will be virtual. That's why we have asked for your city. Maybe we'll try to do it on a physical thing. So yeah, maybe you can take a minute or two and go ahead and fill this form. But don't go anywhere. The slide deck is left. I'll take maybe 5-10 minutes more, and then we're gonna conclude. So maybe you can just quickly do it, or maybe you can do it later. In fact, you already have the link. Let me move on. So I don't want to stretch it beyond the time which we have allocated. Okay, so If you've already done it, great. If you've not done it, maybe you can just minimize it for now. I'll take just 15-20 minutes more, and then we're going to conclude this. And maybe then after that, you'll have a more rich understanding of what we are doing exactly and how you can
उसने
help us.
तो फॉर्म भेजा भी, इसको फिल करो.
Okay, so sorry about that. Someone just got unmuted, and now I know what they're doing. Moving on. Yeah, this slide is very important for us. This slide is gonna build perspective of what Valeem is doing. I understand that a lot of you teaching at Valeem already know what Valeem has offered to the teachers. One, and the most important thing is high quality students. The students which we bring for all the teachers are not those एक ही स्टूडेंट मल्टीपल डेमोज ले रहा है 4 4 6 6 and then he's ending up saying कि नहीं नहीं मुझे तो कोई टीचर ही नहीं समझ आया. The demos which all of the teachers have given, most of them have converted after the first demo only. This is only possible because we have invested a lot on branding and we have invested a lot in acquisition. Only after that, the quality of student we bring on the table is highly convertible. And this is something which we would want all of our teachers to value. The student goes through a rigorous process. For every lead, we have resources calling them, interacting with the parents, finalizing, and then recommending them to the right and the ideal tutor. Only then we get a good conversion rate. Number two, and another most important thing is access to global student base. If we're going to get students from within Pakistan, the pay is not going to be as what we have right now. The premium international tuitions is only possible because we go outside Pakistan and we hunt students from different territories. And this gives all the teachers a higher earning potential. Otherwise, this would not have been possible. Number three is the comprehensive support services. We have a counseling team. So for every lead, we have a counselor who call करती हैं and they interact with all the student individually and the parent. With this only, the perception of the parent and the student is completely transformed. And this is something which an individual teacher talking to a student or a parent might not have been possible. And I'm sure all of you will agree with us. We have an LMS integrated on our website so that the student has an login access. We have payment gateways where the parent can easily swipe his debit or credit card, which is by far the most convenient and the most recommended thing if we talk about international students. We have a lot of other initiatives. For example, this free training session or this free session for all the teachers, we have different sessions and different resources for the students which we have on board with us. And this again adds value on the overall branding and the overall perception which Valeem has right now. And last but not the least is parent handling and negotiation. If a teacher opts to negotiate, the perception a parent has is very different. The perception talking to a teacher directly is, okay, I'm not sure if he's going to stay, if he's going to run. I don't have any leverage. With a brand, parents feel safe. Also, a teacher negotiating and a brand negotiating, we know rack rates and the purchasing power and the leverage which we bring, and then we value our teachers accordingly. Otherwise, it would have been a tedious job for all the teachers. And this is by far the toughest thing for a teacher, to get the right negotiated fee and then to sustain that after managing expectations. So this primarily sums up what Valeem brings to teachers. And now beyond this, we want things to improve. We want things to be more structured, things to be more formalized. And for that, we need obviously your input and how we're gonna improve further and what else we can bring and how you as teachers can improve and augment your services. So this primarily brings us to the end of this session. I see there are 20 participants and we still have a good 15-20 minutes. So the first module which we discussed was profile optimization. Under the umbrella of profile optimization, one of the platforms is LinkedIn. It's a professional platform. So right now, what the point I'm trying to say is the session is concluded. If any of you want to leave, you can leave. We will have another session for profile optimization. We will not talk about LinkedIn. For LinkedIn, I'll need 10 more minutes, and then we'll just quickly go through it just to give you an understanding how the training sessions will work and what kind of content you will get. So moving on. Why is LinkedIn important for teachers? One, for professional networking. जब आप LinkedIn पे अपनी प्रोफाइल रख रहे होंगे, you can easily connect with fellow teachers, fellow educationists. You can work together to get more opportunities. You will understand what other teachers are offering. You can connect with them, and you will see the vacancies and opportunities in different coaching centers, institutes, be it other edtech players. We're not concerned if the teacher is more, because we want the overall ecosystem to grow and we want the teachers to grow. Maintaining a good profile will add visibility for you. If anyone wants to know you, he can just look you up, and he will see what you have to offer. Maybe it can have a video, maybe you can keep yourself updated by just posting what you think, what you believe, and the kind of value which you bring for the students. So it will help you create a professional networking domain on LinkedIn. It also helps you showcase your expertise. Maybe you can present in your portfolio any thing which you have achieved, any accomplishment which you have in terms of your student getting A stars. Maybe you can write a post about it. Maybe you can tag it under your achievements. You can also get recommendations and endorsements from different teachers. Maybe if you're doing a very good job at Vali, you can come to us, we'll write an endorsement. You can do the same if you are teaching at different schools. Similarly, it will be great for your career development, your personal career development. Other than Valeem, you're gonna get in touch with other players, global players who are already there, and it will help you leverage your LinkedIn profile to further grow. And I heard that a lot of you have already been a part of or are still a part of the corporate sector. So for those, they must already have a LinkedIn. So maybe what this session entails for them is to enhance their own LinkedIn profile. So just giving you a quick breakup. If you don't have a profile, go ahead and make one. If you already have a profile, make sure that these three areas are. In fact, what we can do is quickly, if anyone of you, I see good 20 people here. If you already have a LinkedIn, and voluntarily, if you think maybe we can discuss it, you can just share in your LinkedIn. I mean, not audible. I just saw the message. Sorry. I hope I'm audible now. So maybe some of you can volunteer, share in your LinkedIn profile, and then what we can do is I can share my screen and we can just quickly go through it, not to criticize, but just to understand for everyone's perspective how they can actually improve. Meanwhile, you share that, let me just quickly run you down through the slides. The three things which need to be addressed is profile picture. It needs to be a good formal picture. If you don't have one, just take a decently lit picture and send it to us. We will design it and send it back to you. Maybe you can have a good banner for yourself that represents the teaching field. Maybe if you are a biology teacher for A levels, maybe your banner should say that. And again, you can just look it up online. You can use AI to create one. You can just ask us and we can help you get it. Because the profile picture and the banner creates a good visibility of your own profile. We also need a headline and a summary. So what LinkedIn looks like, I don't see any LinkedIn profiles coming in. Okay. Okay. So we have one, maybe we can have a couple more, and let me go through them also, and in fact share my screen. So what headline and summary looks like, it talks about the expertise which you have, and it talks about the value that you bring as a teacher. You can have the relevant keywords, and these keywords will help you Google SEO. Because if you are, let me come back to my own example. If you talked about your A levels biology sessions which you are giving, if someone searches you up on Google, it's important that you pop up somewhere on the first page. Maybe a Valeem website will help you do that because it is SEO graded, and we have a good SEO on that. Maybe he can type in your name, or maybe he can type in just the A level biology teacher, and your name is going to pop up. LinkedIn is going to do the same. Also, it will show the educational experience which you bring in, the achievements, the certifications. So let me open this and share my screen again with you. Let me know as soon as you see it. I guess we already have. Okay, so this is Miss Najia Tahir's LinkedIn profile. I hope you can see it. The profile picture is clean and it's very formal. Great. Full marks for this. Regarding the banner, this is missing. So maybe this can talk about the your achievements. Maybe this can talk about the institutes which you are teaching at. Maybe this can talk about the subject which you are offering, but it should talk about something. It should not be ideally left blank. Moving forward, a good title, perfect, an excellent title. O-levels Pakistan Studies teacher at Lahore Grammar School, Senior Branch School, Multan. So it clearly describes who you are. Valeem Online is there. Perfect. It adds a lot of value because it builds the credibility of what you are doing right now and the organizations you are associated with or you have been associated with. The experience section is great again. All the logos, all the organizations perfectly there. The about section is also there. Maybe what we can do is we can slightly reduce it, trim it down. Otherwise, this is still great. It's not too long. And also LinkedIn does not allow a very lengthy one. So it has to be brief. What more can be done? One, maybe you can work on recommendations. What can be done is you can ask for recommendations from the organizations you have been associated with. From by organizations means LinkedIn only allows you to get recommendations from individual people. So what happens is you can talk, you can ask for a recommendation from someone at Vali, maybe from me. You can ask for a recommendation from the principal at any of these schools which you have been associated with, and that's how recommendation works. Once you get the recommendation, it's gonna come over here. In fact, let me, if I can, let me try and show it to you on my section. Let me drop a connect request to Miss Najia also, and let me show how this works. Apologies, yeah, no, I thought net was not working, so yeah, it should be working ideally. You can add in your volunteering work, you can add in your licensing and certifications. This is how recommendation looks like. So what it is gonna say is like this. You're gonna click this plus, you're gonna ask for recommendations, and then you're gonna search it for people. The people you're searching for here needs to be in the same organization during the same time. Maybe the principal at the school which you were teaching, maybe a co-teacher who was teaching with you. He can also give you, he or she can also give you a recommendation, and you can also give recommendations to different people. So that's how this works. So one, recommendation. Two, maybe add in a couple of achievements. Three, be active so that more people can get in touch with you, more people see you, more people network with you. And that only happens once you start sharing your perspective about things and start creating content. It does not have to be a lot, maybe a single post that today I taught this in my school or in my class, and the student asked me this question and I found it very fascinating. And then you can type in the question and then type in the learning or the response which you gave. Now, this is a perfect example of the kind of content which is expected from a teacher. Maybe you can share how technology has completely differentiated what it used to be earlier and what it is right now. Maybe you can, yeah, maybe you can do one more thing. Maybe you can, after the session, in fact, I have mentioned on my, maybe you can talk about that you attended a training session organized by Valeem These were the good things, these were not the good things. Maybe this is how the organization can improve, maybe how edtech is shaping up the overall academia world, something like that. So this can be your assignment. If you don't have a LinkedIn profile, make one. And if you already have a LinkedIn profile, go update your picture. For example, the profile which we just reviewed, it was already great. Headline, summary, experience was already there. Maybe if volume is not there, maybe you can add that. Maybe you can ask for recommendations. If you don't have one, just ask it from me or someone. Maybe ask it from Ali, and we will be very happy to write about it. Maybe post something about this session. Tag people, because it brings in visibility. Once you tag a person, all the followers that person has and all the followers that you have, everyone will get to see that. So the followers which you don't have will eventually trickle and be added to your own profile. So it is definitely going to help you, and work more a little on the engagement front. You interact with more people, you interact with content, and you share something. I've written at least once a week, maybe twice a month is already good, also good. And once you start doing it, you'll also enjoy doing it. We'll also try to share a brief deck with you, just to identify these what we discussed and a lot of other areas which you should ideally improve for your LinkedIn. So moving forward, it's going to be three things. One, we're going to create a course, or we are going to create a forum, or we're going to create a platform where all of you can see this tech, can be reminded of what needs to be done. This is sort of a community building activity from us. Two, the assignment, maybe create a LinkedIn post, and for regarding the online profile optimization, maybe create a demo video. In the next session, we're going to talk more about it in the next month, or maybe in the last week of July. Maybe we're going to talk more about how you can optimize your profile presence, and we'll understand exactly what are the mandatories of the demo video, which is eventually going to help a student understand the teacher better. And yeah, the form which I already shared in the chat, if you've not filled it, kindly just open it, copy the link, and this is pretty much it from our end, pretty much in time. And yeah, this is it from my side. Ali, if you have anything to add, maybe you can go ahead, or we can simply move into the Q&A, or we can just conclude the session right now.
No, perfect, Kayas. I think the agenda has been delivered now. If there are any questions or queries from tutors, and they can get back to us and reach us out right now. And later on, as Gayaz explained, we are going to be connected throughout. We'll have Aman from our team responding to you, promptly for all the queries that you will be having. We'll go step by step. Right now, we have started with LinkedIn. Next, we'll move towards Instagram, and then maybe towards Facebook, and then towards YouTube as well. Because each platform that is available online, every platform gives you a chance to reach out to further students and to build your credibility as well with all the tutors. जो अभी आपकी हम profiles एक मर्तबा improve करने के बाद सारे platforms पे we'll have links of those profiles available to us. And then when the student comes and tutor and parents ask for recommendation from us, because parents के पास भी we have given them opportunity to of selecting tutors from a wide range of tutors who are available for every subject with us. Now, what parents will do is they'll look at your profiles, we share with them, and then they'll have a better, informed manner of selecting a tutor over the other. So hopefully, as we all grow together, as we all learn together, things are going to be improving drastically. And inshallah, we all will be reaching out to the set goals that we have in mind in terms of the financial goals, in terms of the reach goals, in terms of the branding goals as well from our end. So thank you so much, everyone, for being part of this session and being, staying throughout. Looking forward to connect with you again in the next month. And during this time, we'll be following up with you for the tasks that have been given and for the assignments. And we'll be, having conversation over that during this time as well, inshallah. So thank you so much, everyone. अगर कोई सी question, query कोई हो तो अभी you can post, you can ask. We have still 10 minutes left. Otherwise, we'll just sign off. Yes, Ms. Humazen.
Yeah, Assalamu alaikum, and it's very nice to be connected today with your organization. And I am the part of Valeem since last 3 years. So, Alhamdulillah, I have got a very good feedback from you people and from the students as well. I have a suggestion about your LMS basically, if it is concerned for today's session or not. But your LMS is like a little bit complicated. What I said, it requires those parameters which are not mandatory, right? So try to make it a simplified and like more convenient for the student and the teacher to fill up it exactly what is required there. Because sometimes the things going up and down, like there is so much chaos when you are filling up the lesson section with your coursework and everything. Like almost I have find out that some of the parameters are as the same in all the ways. So this is my suggestion, like to make it a more simplified, more convenient and flexible so that easily we can be done
Right.
quickly and conveniently. Okay.
Right. And thank you so much for the
Thank you.
feedback. It wasn't,
Yeah.
part of the today's discussion plan, but yes, you can,
Uh,
write that down to us as well in the feedback that you will be
mm-hmm.
providing for the session. Acha, LMS,
Okay.
there are two things. Sometimes, because every other teacher is using it differently. A teacher of
Mm-hmm.
maths is using it differently. Teacher of Islamiyat is using it differently. Teacher of Urdu is using it differently. So what we can do is specific to you. You can share with
Mm-hmm.
us कि आपने
Okay.
किस manner में LMS को use करना है, and then we can maybe connect with you and let you know that this is the best manner in which you can use it easily for yourself. And
Okay.
still, if there are problems, it's
Mm-hmm.
most welcome feedback, and we'll talk to our developers and then
Mm-hmm.
try to make it simplified for you as well. If you are facing that problem, a lot of other tutors might also be facing.
Mm-hmm.
इसका एक reason ये हो सकता है
Yeah.
they're not told by us how to do it in an easy manner,
Mm-hmm.
or there might be glitches
Mm-hmm.
in the system as well. We can, as we look into it, we can sort that out, inshallah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. But do give that feedback in the form as well, right?
Yes, I did. I did. Okay.
Perfect. Uh, is there any other question or query? Perfect. So, thank you so much, everyone, once again. And inshallah, we'll be connecting again in the next month for the session. And during this time, we will be having conversation back and forth for the first task that has been given to you all. Thank you again, and Allah Hafiz.
Thank you. Allah Hafiz. You're very welcome.